out here talking about addiction. You know, my mind is always on different things, and I very easily addicted. My name is Daniel Weiner, and I'm an addict. But what I'm addicted to is multiple things, and maybe, like I said, I consider it a an addictive personality. But the difference between where the addiction takes hold is when you can't control, when you lose yourself, when the addiction takes over. People may think that's right at the beginning, that's right at the no. When you can even be trying to tell yourself this is wrong, you shouldn't be doing it, can't do it, don't, you gotta leave, like I do with my gambling. Like I did with my gambling. And your body, something is etching it to not listen. Either to yourself, to a crying wife, to whatever is in the head. That's when addiction has controlled it. Now, for me, I had to make it illegal to go into a casino, so that way I don't have that edge that takes control. Now, is there other things I'm addicted to every once in a while? Yes. But I can walk and come back and walk and come back to those. So they're not the extreme set of addiction. Like I said, I have an addictive personality, so almost anything that can bring me momentary happiness or full happiness, I'll slowly become addicted to. And I'll continue to want to do it until something stops me from doing it. But like I said, when the full edge of the sword of the addiction takes place, you have no control. And that's why with the people who have drug issues and sex issues and many different issues that happen. Now, I'm not giving anybody a get out of jail free card or anything with that. I mean, it's still wrong, and there's still issues with it. But the overall aspect of it is that when you lose to the addiction, when the addiction takes over, it's a different part of life right there. I mean, you don't know it, realize it, and then afterwards you're either apologizing for it or making up an excuse that it's all right and that it'll all be fine and this, that, and the other thing. Like I said, money can be made back. That's always the story, which it can be. Money. It's not about the money. Gambling is not about the money. There's people who lose thousands of dollars a day gambling and who don't have an addiction to it. They can go for 2 hours and they're just doing it because they have money. But I mean, they may have a slight part of addiction, but the people who have completely lost control is when the addiction is there. And I've had that. I know that gambling is not quite like drugs and other aspects that are more life-threatening in the overall scheme of things, but when you're talking about addiction, that's what you're talking about. You're talking about the fact that something is taking control. And again, don't get out of jail free card. I am still the master of it, but sometimes you really need external things. Like I made it illegal for me to gamble. If you ever watched the movie Ray, he was a major drug addict, and he needed to find a way to make it so he couldn't do it. And that was the table seat where they struck. And cold turkey's a bitch. Dad, I don't know how some people can go through that, but I had to make it illegal because there's one thing more powerful than money and anything else, and that's not having my name in the wrong circles and losing chances with my children and stuff like that. I mean, that's one of the things in life. But when you're talking like that, it's just how it's got to go. There's a lot of fillers in this because right now I'm just sitting here waiting for my child to get out of school. I mean, I wouldn't have this part of life if I didn't stop it. I mean, there's parts of life that I wish were more beautiful, but you don't see these things when you're in the bright lights of your addiction. When you fall victim to it daily. And I'm here to help anybody who has it, and I would like to talk to more people about their feelings on addiction and how they get through it and how they think they can help others get through it. That's kind of what this is all about. With this part of my journey, and there's so many parts of my journey that I'm trying to get out, and best way to do it is to talk. So thank you for listening. Have a great day.